Obviously, they get 17 threes. Seems like almost every time you guys rally back, they end up hitting a big one. I imagine a lot of that is having to put a lot of attention towards Giannis and having to have guys get long closeouts. But like, you kind of view it that way as a lot of a pick your poison situation here.
Well, I thought it was one of our most competitive games. We were up against it a lot of the night in terms of the scoring deficit, but the guys really were together, kept fighting. I mean, we made some great runs, particularly in the second half, and it's something to build on, as tough as it's been. The important thing now is we get home and we just keep working on our health, and we've got a big week at home. We got a highly compressed schedule, for obvious reasons. Leaving the country for how many 8 days in January, and so we've just got to deal with it. And but there were some very good things tonight.
You mentioned, how did you see more connection? What stood out to you in terms of improved connectivity between Wednesday night and tonight?
Just overall, in other games we've had things that would happen at one end that would affect the other end, and we got together yesterday and talked about it in pretty great detail and had some real honest talk about it. And we did a lot of listening to the players. They did a lot of talking to themselves about it. And right now, it can't just be about the ball and who's touching it and who's getting shots. It's got to be about the entire team. It's got to be about the challenges that we're up against, and what we're representing. We're representing a great organization, a great state, a great fan base, and now we have a very important week ahead of us, and nothing will come easy this year. Nothing.
Rick Carlisle seems to play well against this team. Just what you got, your impression of what you got from the minutes from him tonight.
Who?
McConnell.
Yeah, McConnell's been very consistent all year. He has had many good games in this building, but he's an aggressive player, and plays with a lot of energy and a lot of force, and a lot of enthusiasm, and he brings a lot to our team.
It feels like at times this season you guys have struggled to generate the shots that you like as easily as last year, or maybe I'm seeing something that's not there, but have you felt that way? And if so, why do you feel like it has been a little bit more?
It's pretty obvious. We're without, one of our best attackers and playmakers in Nembhard, one of our best runners and movers and shooters and defenders in Nesmith. And we have other guys that are, having to step up to a much higher grade of responsibility, and they're learning an awful lot. But these kinds of stretches can be very painful, and so again, I thought the spirit of tonight's game was great, and we've got to just keep building on it, because Washington has got they haven't won very many games, but they're young and they're hungry, and they've got guys that can score. And they're deep, and they play you full court. I mean, it's going to be a war, and so we're going to have to outfight them. And then we got 3 other games in 5 days or whatever it is. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to getting home.
Keep fighting. It's a tough period of time, but when there's tough times, there's good times on the way. So as long as we do the right things and continue to correct the mistakes that we do, and then continue to improve. We hope to have a good stretch coming up.
Rick's talked about at times you guys are feeling disconnected as a group out there. How have you felt that, and what steps do you feel like you guys have taken to correct that?
I think we took a lot of steps, just communicating more. Again, when you're losing, it's easy to just everyone go their own separate ways. So I think just staying connected, continue to talk. It's the only way we can fix it. So. But I believe in this group, and we believe in ourselves, and we got to just, like I said, continue to weather the storm. You know, there's some good things coming from the other side of it.
Do you think there's more of a target on y'all's chest that teams treat you differently because of what y'all accomplished last season?
I mean, I don't know that, but I just think that again, we're not proud of our record, so we got to continue to fight, continue to get better. It's not about everybody else, about us. We got to figure out us, and I think we're doing that. We're taking steps, but we need more. We need more.
What kind of good signs did you see in the second half in particular? I think you guys had
Just keep fighting. I mean, it was easy to just kind of like pack it in, you know, down 20. So I thought we kept fighting, and we don't need that fight for 48. So that's the goal.
It seemed like you and TJ have had some really good minutes together. There seems like there's been some really good connection there. What do you think's worked between you two guys? How do you think you guys?
I mean, I think just TJ comes in, just change the game, speed. You know, again, I can slow down or I can play fast, like whatever we need to do. But I think that just him coming in just changes the dynamic of the game. We play a lot faster. Just a lot of cuts and things like that, and I'm able to find myself open. But you know, I just always like TJ's speed and the way he plays the game.
How challenging has the volume of injuries that you guys have had to deal with?
It's hard, but this is the NBA, man. It happens to everyone. Can't use it as an excuse. We gotta next man up. We gotta keep fighting. You know, nobody's gonna feel sorry for you because we got injuries. And it happens everywhere. So just gotta keep fighting and just next man up. And like I said, it's rough right now, but I believe that it's gonna get better.
I mean, that'd be a better question. You know, you've now had a while to be working through this. I mean, do you have a better sense of what's holding you back?
No, I don't.
How are you feeling mentally, not being able to know or just get through it?
It's part of it. It's part of basketball. You know, I just got to keep trusting myself, working hard, trusting my teammates, and you know, I'll figure it out.
Anyone you've tried to rely on or turn to in this?
Yeah, a lot of people. But you know, just put my head down, keep working, I'll figure it out.
Do you think this is your final numbers were pretty good based on the way you played the second half? You still didn't necessarily think this was a step in the right direction, were you tonight, or?
No. No.